Good morning. How's Cupid? Have you shot any good arrows off lately?
Highly comical.
How many days is it since we had our little chat?
Oh, just a couple.
2 days. 2 whole days and rotten nights. And Lancelot is still following her around with his little pink tongue hanging out, panting.
Just have a bit of patience, that's
Of course. What my mate likes about your Miss Nugent is she's so full of sympathy and understanding. Dead right and all. I bet if I was to tell her how you'd con Brian into giving her the old chat, she'd be full of sympathy and understanding. She'd probably sob her heart out while she's handing you your cards.
Everything comes to him who waits.
Aye? How long have I got to wait, though? Look, my love life's gone to pot as it is. All the birds always seem to go round in pairs.
Take up knitting, it's cheap.
Look.
Hey, have you ever left, didn't you?
He's driving me round the twist. He wants his little playmate back.
Get off.
It's all right, Miss Nugent's coping with that.
She is? Why?
Oh.
What's she gonna do?
Don't take it so serious. She'd never marry him.
Aye, but she might adopt him, though.
Oh, give over. She's as chocker with it as you are. I don't know what it is, but she's got something on her mind, she told me.
Aye, she told me and all. She knows exactly how she's going to deal with it.
Does she? Well, I don't trust her.
You don't trust nobody.
Including himself.
Especially myself, sweetheart.
Well, if you really want my opinion...
Well, I do, John. I think you've got very good taste.
But it's something more in the way of a soft, heathery tweed, you see, especially with your colour hair.
Well, a tweed costume would be more practical.
Yes, you are. You're very practical, you aren't you?
Yes, well, I have to be. See you tonight, then. 7 o'clock at my place. Don't forget.
I won't.
I mean, Scotland would hardly cost us anything apart from the fares. We just stay with Mum and Dad and go on day trips. Some gorgeous places. That's if the weather's all right. Still, that applies to anywhere. Unless, I suppose we could go to Scotland at Whit and Wales in August. But you get more time off in the summer, so it seems... Are you listening to me?
Hey?
Oh, sorry.
Am I interrupting?
No, just Valerie Barlow talking to Valerie Barlow. We get on very well. We have to.
Ken.
Try Esperanto.
Well, I don't know any. I've had this letter from our dad.
Oh, great, thanks.
Thanks, Dave. Right, well, I'll leave it with you. I can see how anxious you are to peruse the contents.
Yeah, I'll have a look at it later, all right?
Mind you, it's not exactly compelling reading, you know. There's nothing about long-haired students or anti-Vietnam demonstrations. It's just about how our dad's been in bed for a fortnight with bad bronchitis.
I told you, Esperanto.
Well, all right, then. Are they being allowed to swing from the chandeliers? Have Len Fairclough and Alf Roberts changed their minds?
They haven't got any minds to change. After swinging from chandeliers, no question of that. That's a basic misconception that started all the trouble in the first place.
That's in the kids' holidays he's not interested in.
Well, are they being still trying to get permission to have it?
No, we're going to have another meeting, yes, tonight, and we're going to try and decide what to do about it.
We?
Well, I thought I'd drop in, lend a hand, you know.
Oh, he's a very useful bloke to have around, Ken Barlow, you know, if you happen to speak his language.
Right. Well, see you, kid.
Yes. Well, I think you're absolutely right about the holidays, love.
Well, tell me my opinion's going to come into it.
Well, of course it does. No, you're absolutely right. Funny we can run to it, that is. Let's see. Was it Scotland in Whit and Wales in August? Oh, whatever it was you said.
Get him. How would you like to swap places with me?
Yeah, I've got no objections, love, but your old man might have.
Are you ready, then?
Do you know, I do get fed up being stuck in here all day, especially when the weather's nice.
Yeah. I can just see her humping big barrel loads of bricks about and scaffolding in a 15 Denny's.
Might do good for muscular development, eh?
What do you think I am, a prize horse? And just have a look at this, there's nothing wrong with my muscular development.
I wouldn't fancy micromanager's chance against this
Have a
one, would you?
go like that.
Kill her,
Hey,
put that woman down at once. You don't know where she's been.
Thank you very much. And to think I was going to call him my hero. And you just stand there and all.
And in future, will you please not go around attacking our customers?
Oh, honestly, 3 perfect gentlemen.
Oh, I wouldn't say perfect, love. Come on, Jerry, lad.
Well, never mind that. Just keep your hooter out of my business for once, that's all.
Your business is my business. We're mates, aren't we?
If you don't push your luck.
Now, look. If we was to walk down the street and a dirty great man-eating dragon was to come at me, puffing great clouds of smoke through its nostrils, you'd come to me rescue, wouldn't you?
What with?
What with? How the... With your handy portable dragon fighting kit. How the heck do I know what with? The point is, if I was in London, you'd come to my rescue, wouldn't you? 'Cause we're mates. Well, 'cause that's how it is with mates.
Well, go on then, saying I would.
Well, that's how it is now when it's t'other road round. It's me what's coming to your rescue.
Hey, you're insulting her, aren't you? Are you insulting the woman I...
never Look, have I insulted anybody?
Well, you're asking an expert now. I've been insulted by some of the best in my time.
Calling her a man-eating...
I didn't call her. Her name never passed me lips. Hey, where are you off to now?
I'm a phone.
Come here, you big softy. Look, all I'm trying to tell you is you're making a terrible mistake. I suppose you realise he's making a right fool of himself with your launcher.
Well, you know what they say, don't you? There's no fool like an old fool.
Aye, but she's not old.
I know, but she is.
Good going, Redhead. You know, I still fancy her. Any chance of dodging old sardine face for a couple of hours, eh?
No, you see, really what your friend means is that she's cradle snatched him.
No, age has got nothing to do with it. Emily respects me and she admires my judgment.
Then she's definitely certifiable.
Look, I never expected it would be easy. Nothing is in this life that's worth having. And I don't care if nobody understands as long as she does, because tonight I'm going to tell Emily all my hopes and plans for the future, and I'm going to ask her to share them with me.
Thanks me. Have a wonderful feeling I'm not dreaming.
Emily? Miss Nugent? He can't be serious.
Listen, Mrs. Walker. They both are. Nylon or wool?
Hey? What's the difference, then?
Well, it depends which you find most comfy. Human emotions are strange things, aren't they?
Well, I never let myself get in that much of a tiz-was about it. I mean, a vest's a vest, choose how you look at it.
No, I was thinking about girls.
Well, girls don't wear vests nowadays, do they? So I believe. I was just reading this article about Vanessa...
No, I'm afraid we're talking at cross purposes. I was referring to that most complex of human relationships, the romantic element.
Ah, well, I'll take the woolly in that.
Do you believe in love, Jerry? Or is that a strange question for 10:30 in the morning?
Well, no, it's a strange question for any time of day, is that? I suppose the short answer would be, yes, I do believe in love, but, well, I mean, there's love, isn't there? And then there's a lot of folk mistake for love, and I reckon that the second's a whole lot more commoner than the first line.
Oh, dear, I wasn't meaning to revive any unpleasant memories.
Oh, no, you're right. Look, I'll be a devil. I'll take one of each.
16 and 10. One day, when the right girl comes along...
I think she's the right girl.
People learn by their mistakes, Jerry.
Of course, I'm as daft as the next in. I got to get a big smile from a pair of big brown eyes, and expect ours to be up again making television tables.
Television tables?
No, what I'm trying to say is that, well, as far as love is concerned, I know beggar all. It's just that, well, I do know me limitations.
In short, when love flies in through the window, logic flies out through the door.
It's a fair way of putting it, isn't it, you know?
Hey, what does she want?
Oh. Well, look, you promise you won't tell us all?
Nor a sausage.
She wants to know if it's true that Mr. Fairclough, he sails toy boats in his bath.
Oh, I don't know why I waste me time.
Yeah, she were just going on about love and that, you know.
Love? You mean love?
Yeah, that. Oh, just for the record, Mr. Fairclough doesn't sail toy boats in his bath because he never has a bath.
Peter's a little monkey, though. He won't chew. Give him anything that'll slide down without chewing, and he's quite happy.
Oh, you've got to be firm, else you make a rod for your own back. You know, I mind when my Vera... I mind when she went through a phase where she wouldn't eat nothing with no crusts on. Well, I just left her without. She went hungry till tea time, and then down it went, crusts and all, the lot. Never a murmur after that.
Oh, hello.
Val, Councillor Roberts wanted to have a word with you, Ken.
Councillor.
Why, where's Len?
Well, he's dashed off to Nottingham, his lad's in a bit of bother or something.
I'm sorry, he's not back yet. Can I give him a message?
Well, how are you, Val? Family keeping well? That's the ticket. No, it's these blooming bolshes. We thought young Ken might be able to help.
Bolshes? Oh, the students.
Look, Mr. Councillor Roberts, if you don't mind me saying so, that kind of name-calling is just plain stupid, I mean.
Ah, well, that's your opinion, isn't it, lad? Personally, I don't see why they don't stick to the Pythagoras and leave politics to them as know what they're talking about.
Meaning the likes of you and Len Fairclough, telling other folks how to handle their kids and his own lad's in trouble.
Now, look, Mrs. Sharples, I don't pretend to be no Winston Churchill, but at least I don't go off into fits of girlish hysterics if somebody tells me no occasionally.
Aye, don't stick councillor in front of their names and they all swell up like barrage balloons.
I thought you were on their side.
I'm not quarrelling with what he's doing, it's just the way he's doing it that I don't
What, not
like.
letting the students at the town hall for the meeting? Well,
Now, look, there's nothing personal in it. It's purely a policy decision.
Well,
Well, now, they're planning an organised demonstration outside the town hall. Timed it for the rush hour and all. It's caused sheer ruddy chaos. Chief Constable's put his foot down. Well, he's had to.
Well, that's all right then, no demonstration. We shall all get a bit of peace.
Well, not according to a whisper I've heard. They're fixing to ignore the ban and go ahead any road, and that, mark my words, could cause a whole heap of trouble.
well, what do you want Ken for?
Well, they'll listen to him. We want him to tell them straight that they've got to stop being such ruddy young fools.
yeah, well, I mean, it's getting more like a police state every flipping minute, isn't it?
Look, it's not a game. It could turn into a very ugly situation, is to stress that.
Well, I'll tell him, but I can't make any promises.
Well, use your influence.
Over Ken? Huh. What makes you think I've got any?
Here. It's all right, Spud. I'm not going to have your Gus for garters after all. 2 pints, please, love. You were quite right, you know. It has sorted itself out.
It has?
Yeah, listen. He is going to ask her to be Mrs. Lancelot.
He's going to ask her to marry him?
Aye.
I don't see what you're going to laugh about.
Because I've cracked it, Spud. She'll never say yes. Never in a million years. Oh, no. She'll show old Romeo the door. No danger.
I only hope they don't ask me to be best man.
Help me for him.
You what?
Help me for him.
You stingy devil.
There's a freeze on.
I'm going out.
Right.
Ron Jenkins was in here before.
Oh, yes.
And he's asked to take me out, you see. See, he's borrowed his mate's car and he just asked could he take me to this very romantic little pub that's out in the country, and they've got big log fires and oak beams and like checked tablecloths and bedrooms.
Cosy.
You don't believe me, do you?
Oh, of course I believe you.
He still fancies me, you know. Don't you mind if other fellas fancy you, why?
Not at all. I'm flattered.
You're flattered.
Yes. It shows I've got good taste.
It's good judgment you're short of.
All right, give the pair of them a big kiss from me.
Who?
The twins. Kenneth told me you was going round.
Oh, you're a rotten devil, you.
Well, love, I don't want to spoil your fairy stories, especially if you enjoy them.
Sugar.
Oh, David, I could do with a small tin of coffee if you wouldn't
Yes,
mind.
put it on, Miss Nugent. Miss Nugent, would you tell me something?
Yes, of course.
As a woman, like.
I could hardly answer in any other capacity.
Yeah, well, why are women always going on about romance?
Romance?
Yeah, romance.
Oh, because they're women, I suppose.
Yeah. Yes, that figures.
Hello, sorry if I'm early.
Oh, not at all. Lovely to see you. I'm glad you could come.
Peter says to tell you that Spot's tummy's coming out. Did Peter tell you who made Spot's tummy come out? Yeah, well, they're all destructive at Would you that guess? age, aren't Then we're shining white at 8 o'clock this morning. Listen, where's your needle and cotton? I might just perform a bit of surgery on this. Middle drawer. Right. You didn't see what happened when his lordship got loose with my makeup. Oh, talk about Britain's secret weapon. Honestly, if they had him in the army, they could send everybody else home. Oh, I think he's a doll. Do you know, I love them when they're all cuddly and shining and that in the little pyjamas. Well, you too could have a little monkey like mine. It's not exactly a secret recipe, you know.
Right, I'll be off now, love. I won't be long.
Oh, Ken.
Yeah?
Remember what Robert said. Try and talk some sense into them. Oh, anything could happen, love, if they start acting daft.
No, love, it's not the students who are acting daft. It's Len Fairclough and his gang of little Hitlers. I agree with them about one thing, though. Anything could happen. And it probably will.
I love this bit, don't you?
Yes, very tuneful.
It makes me think of snowstorms and people skating on frozen ice, laughing.
Mr. Swindley always had a fondness for that particular piece.
Do you know what I reckon is the the curse of the affluent society, Emily?
The bomb?
No, it's not the bomb. It's loneliness. You see, people are that busy accumulating material things that they've forgotten how to be together. You know, sharing. Who's Mr. Swindley?
Oh, somebody I used to work for.
That's why I reckon that when people do meet people, you know, that they have got something in common with, like, they shouldn't let other things like age and things like that, they shouldn't let these things get in the way of it, because, you see, that's not what's important. Well, what I'm trying to say is...
I know exactly what you're going to say. People should try to find each other, should get together, try to find each other, and having found each other...
You're absolutely right.
I know. Oh, Audrey, you managed it. Come in. Did you find it all right? Yes. Audrey works in the library at Archer Street. I'll put the kettle on.
It stopped raining.
I didn't even know it started.
Well, not what you might call raining, really. Just more like spitting.
Brian's a great reader, too.
Can I put it on?
Yes, of course. Audrey and I met at night school.
Oh, I love this. It's one of my favourites. You'll think I'm daft, but it always reminds me of summer. And bees humming and walks round the cricket field.
Does it? I've never seen it like that before.
Oh, haven't you?
No, it always makes me think of winter and snow and ice.
Oh, it's funny. It's the same thing.
I've never guessed them having the say, so long as they know what they're talking about. When they start shouting about something they know out about, then I haven't shut them up.
Oh, maybe they think nobody'll take no notice of them if they don't keep banging the big drum.
Or maybe they're right at that and all.
Mind you, students is always protesting, aren't they? You can't pick up a paper these days without reading about students protesting about summit somewhere.
Hey, you'll be in a minute. He was just having a crafty kip in front of fire. Can I have some ginger ale?
Is this blackbagging and speechifying means nout. They're still on pubs, half of them, and they think they know the lot.
Yeah, and they've got no lessons to do, no what? Well, try. Mister, I thought you was entertaining.
I am. By proxy, as it were.
Oh, well, come along, join us. We're talking your language.
Hey, have you left him on his own? Oh, no, Brian's not on his own. But you know what they say. Two's company. Two, a young lady. I introduced them. I see. And you mean you're hoping that... More than a hope, Mrs. Walker.
There was an awfully good documentary on TV last night about North Sea gas.
Oh, I was watching the show jumping myself.
Oh.
Miss Nugent's a long time.
Yes.
Do you like show jumping?
Well, yes. But I always find myself thinking about the horses. I don't like to see them fall.
No, I don't either, but I mean, they don't fall very often, do they? I mean, not like in the Grand National.
Oh, no.
Did you ever see that fantastic jump-off between Nice Fella and this Italian thing? Against the clock it was, and Nice Fella had just done a good round.
Where you sweat?
Hey, David, you'll never guess what.
Oh, Miss Nugent came into the Rovers.
Yeah, that's right. And you see, she's arranged for this girl to come round to this flat tonight.
Audrey Hargreaves, yeah?
Yeah, and to meet Brian and... How do you know?
I'll let her in.
You let her in?
Yes. I live here, don't I?
Do you mean to tell me that you've left them two up there on their own together?
Now, you've a load of room to talk, haven't you? With all the flirting you do over the cheddar cheese.
Oh, David, I don't. Well, not very much, anyway.
Hey, tell me something. if I was to come in here, a complete stranger, would you fancy me?
Well, I don't know. Shall we try it?
What?
Yeah, go on, let's try it. Go on. Act as if you are the stranger. Go to the door as if you come in. Go on, that's right. Ting the bell, let's have a bit of realism. Right, you've just come in now. Hello, good day, sir. What can I get you?
Excited.
Oh, so we'll have this little joke, won't it?
Hey, Copper Knob, there's this lovely little pub I know where you crack your head on the oldie oaky beams, and they've got red check tablecloths and bedrooms. Well, we're about it, eh? Touch of the old English snogging, eh?
Oh, no, sir. No, I couldn't, sir, on no account, sir.
Why not? Don't you fancy me?
Oh, it bain't be that, sir.
Right. Well, what is it then?
Well, you see, I did, sir, I only fancies married men. Oh, David, you know, I do think we ought to go up and have a look. You see, you know all young girls, well, they're not really as self-controlled as what I am, you know.
Do you think she'll mind me messing up her books?
No, I shouldn't think so.
She didn't say how long she'd be, did she?
No, she didn't.
Thank you. Oh, days and hours. Oh, I love this. It's poetry.
Yeah, I quite like poetry.
Would you like to hear some? And now he dives into a rainbow's rivers. In streams of gold and purple he is drowned. Shrilly the arrows of his song he shivers, as though the stormy drops were turned to sound.
You said that beautifully. Do you know that? Beautiful.
Oh, I didn't. It was terrible. It's a nice poem, though, isn't it?
Yes, rivers turn to sound. I wish I could write stuff like that.
Oh, there's some lovely ones down at the library. If you were to come down, I could probably pick you some out.
Do you know what I reckon is the curse of the affluent society?
No, what?
Loneliness. And it's a bit daft when you think about it, because it's like that petrol thing, you know, you get 2 5-pound notes, and all you've got to do is just put them together. And they're there if you look hard enough.
Yes, it's exactly like that, isn't it? Remind me not to feed you so much fish in future.
Fish? Well, I'd liver for his tea.
I know, I'm not daft. Oh, no, come on, listen, I think we better go upstairs and have a scan. Or it is our flat, and you know what young people are when they're exposed to temptation.
Don't expose me to some.
Oh, Miss Nugent, have you just come back in the nick of time? Oh, listen, the American magazines will be photographing this place next as the swinging heart of Britain.
Oh, my goodness, you surely don't... Oh, Audrey isn't that sort of girl, and I'm quite sure Brian isn't that sort of boy.
Oh, well, in that case, you should feed him on some liver, shouldn't you?
Oh, I hope you don't mind. We thought we'd better be making tracks.
Oh, not at all. I was rather longer than I anticipated, I'm afraid.
We didn't like to stay up there any longer. I mean, not on our own. It didn't seem right.
Oh, quite. Well, now, you two run along, and if you'll excuse me, I've got rather a bad headache, so I'll pop upstairs, have a couple of aspirins, and have an early night.
Yeah, we thought we'd go for a cup of coffee. You sure you don't mind?
Not at all. I'm certain you have a great deal to talk about.
Well, good night.
Good night.
Good night, and thank you.
Good night.
Don't mention it.
Not to do with I've said it. I said it.
See?
Not to do with
Was it right?
It's nothing personal.
What's he having?
Whiskey, seeing as it's you.
You was on the counter.
And he's definitely enamoured of this bird then, eh?
Well, Miss Nugent was most hopeful about the prognosis.
Oh, well, if that means what I think it means, we'll be down at the Pally again tonight like old times.
No.
Eh?
No, I mean that he really likes her. They've clicked.
Aye, yeah, that's right. I mean, well, she's a young bird, this one, isn't she? Well, they are, no problem. All set up for a nice, cosy foursome. Him and her, me and a gorgeous blonde in a crochet dress and tights. Eh?
Oh, you can keep it. Sweating in that mob, amplifiers, deafening you, fighting your way to the bar.
Aye, what's up? Do you like dancing?
Oh, it's all right, but sometimes I prefer more sophisticated entertainment.
Oh, Welcome home, Lancelot, me old matey.
Could I have 2 packets of crisps, please?
Now listen, here's plan of campaign, right? Nip down to Pally, quick shufty around while I pick myself out so much sizzling, then back up to your place. Your mama's gone round Tedner's, hasn't she?
Yes,
Where we've cracked it.
Well, I was going to say we haven't cracked it because I know you. Down to the Pally, oh, the lights must have failed. Back to our place, well, you see, Audrey does not happen to be that sort of a girl.
Right, Lionel Blair. If you haven't brushed up your bossa nova lately, now's your chance to try. Hey, me whiskey.
Where are you going?
Dancing.
Hello, Ken. What you gonna have, lad? Whiskey for the school teacher, please. Well, talk a bit of sense into him, did you?
No, didn't try.
You didn't try? Well, didn't you get my message?
Yes.
Well, then.
Message?
Well, maybe what Ken means is that he didn't need to try. I mean, maybe they've decided to call off the demonstration of their own accord.
Oh, no, they're going ahead with the demonstration, all right. It's going to be a pretty big one, too.
Now, look. The council's not going to like this one little bit, you know. What, in spite of us, in spite of the chief constable, of all the silly, hot-headed young fools...
Well, you can inform your council that they won't all be silly, hot-headed young fools. I shall be demonstrating with them.